I appreciate the Prime Minister's strong leadership on Iraq.
President Bush met with the Polish president today in Krakow, Poland. He gave a speech on the importance of a strong transatlantic alliance to deal with terrorism and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. He also thanked Poland for its support of the U.S.-led war with Iraq. This is Half an Hour.
My friend, the Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, Your Eminence, distinguished guests, citizens of Poland, and remove the false boundaries and spheres of influence that divided this continent for too long. We have acted on this commitment. Poland, the United States, and our allies have agreed to extend NATO eastward and southward. The Atlantic Alliance has expanded. It has also been tested. America and European countries have been called to confront the threat of global terror. Each nation has faced difficult decisions about the use of military force to keep the peace. We have seen unity and common purpose. We have also seen debate, some of it healthy, some of it divisive. I have come to Krakow to state the intentions of my country. The United States is committed to a strong Atlantic alliance, and today our alliance of freedom faces a new enemy, a lethal combination of terrorist groups, outlaw states seeking weapons of mass destruction, and an ideology of power and domination that targets the innocent and justifies any crime. This is a time for all of us to unite in the defense of liberty and to step up to the shared duties of free nations. This is no time to stir up divisions in a great alliance. They must be met with direct military action. The dictator in Iraq pursued weapons of mass murder, cultivated ties to terror, and defied the demands of the United Nations. So his regime has been ended. In the battles of Afghanistan and Iraq, Polish forces served with skill and honor. America will not forget that Poland rose to the moment. Poland and America are proud members of NATO, and NATO must be prepared to meet the challenges of our time. This is a matter of capability and a matter of will. Our common security requires European governments to invest in modern military capabilities and to support our Polish allies in Iraq. A strong NATO alliance with a broad vision of its role will serve our security and the cause of peace. The greatest threat to peace is the spread of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. And we must work together to stop proliferation. The countries of the G8 committed last year to aiding Russia and others in securing and eliminating deadly weapons that remain from the Soviet era, so that we can stop proliferation at one of its sources. When weapons of mass destruction or their components are in transit, we must have the means and authority to seize them. So today I announce a new effort to fight proliferation called the Proliferation Security Initiative. The United States and a number of our close allies, including Poland, have begun working on new agreements to search planes and ships carrying suspect cargo and to seize illegal weapons or missile technologies. Over time, we will extend this partnership as broadly as possible to keep the world's most destructive weapons away from our shores and out of the hands of our common enemies. In the last 20 months, the world has seen the determination of my country and many others to fight terror. Yet armed force is always the last resort. And Americans know that terrorism is not defeated by military power alone. We believe that the ultimate answer to hatred is hope. And as we fight the forces of terror, we must also change the conditions in which terror can take root. Terrorism is often bred in failing states. So we must help nations in crisis to build a civil society of free institutions. The ideology of terror takes hold in an atmosphere of resentment and hopelessness. So we must help men and women around the world to build lives of purpose and dignity. In the long term, we add to our security by helping to spread freedom and alleviate suffering. And this sets a broad agenda for nations on both sides of the Atlantic.